Isn't it so beautiful? Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. But I just had to come out and share this beauty with you. My Asian pear tree is in bloom. I just really want you to see this. Along with the Bartle pear, the peach tree, and I have some apples there. And I shared with you yesterday that they are opening up. So I thank you so much for coming and joining me here at Catherine's Garden. I hope that you are having a good time in your garden as well. And if you have not subscribed to Catherine's Garden and Home, please subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for more videos, because things are changing so rapidly here in the garden, and I do love sharing it with Hello, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. I'm standing here in the garden on this day right after the rain that we had on Wednesday, and today is Thursday, and it is cold out here. It's like in the 30s, 37, 38, 39 degrees, and it's not going to get much warmer. But I just wanted to share with you some of the highlights of the garden. That this week has just been a very busy week, that we were able to do some work on the home, but also we were able to get some wood chips for the garden, and especially for the tea garden, in which I'm going to use the wood chips to line the pathways. But a lot of things are opening up as well. The tulips have been starting to show their color, and the hostas have come up as well. It's just been a really beautiful time in the garden. Everything is so fresh and alive. And you can see the difference between the beginning of the month or the end of March until now, that a lot has really changed in the garden. So I just wanted to share with you also the fact that I've been seeding some of the seeds from the Dollar Tree and using my little greenhouse to house these seedlings, and that they're doing very, very well. In these strawberry containers, I think I'm going to put these radish seeds in there for now and let them get started and plant them in. And they germinate in 4 to 6 days. The depth is 1/2 inch, seed spacing an inch, row spacing, days to harvest 23 to 30 days. So I'm going to put them in and see what we get, and you know, at least get started on something. Seeing something growing, some kind of food, edible. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put them in these. I planted some radish seeds in the stackable containers here, and they are now coming up. As you can see, they have their first 2 leaves, and as the time goes on, they'll get their true leaves. So the radish are doing well here. I also planted some sage in that pot over there, and lavender seeds from the Dollar Tree. The strawberries are doing good still. I also planted some thyme back there in that pot, and in here I planted the marigold seeds. These are marigold seeds from the Dollar Tree box. On Wednesday, which was yesterday, someone had asked me about seeding directly in the garden to help the garden be full and luscious, and yes, I do. I use the seeds from the Dollar Tree in the box, and with those seeds I'm able to plant out different flowers. Like, I like to use those seeds with the marigolds and the zinnias, and they are very viable, very reliable, and I like to direct sow. But I do that when the weather is much more warmer and there is not a chance of frost. I do direct sowing then. But right now I've done some sowing of the marigolds in pots so that I can get a jump start, because I want to use those marigolds in the tea garden and just to line the tea garden. And instead of just sowing it randomly, I decided to sow them in the pots so that I can then prick them out and put them directly where I want them to be, the marigolds. Last season I planted these dinosaur kale, and they came out so delicious, and they also were very dramatic in my front bed border, and so I'm going to plant out some of these seeds here and then prick them out and put them into the ground. So let me plant this. It's dinosaur kale, 100% organic, goodness from the ground up, heirloom. It was delicious, and they were successful in my garden, so I'm happy to plant them again. That's what I did yesterday, and I wanted to share this with you yesterday, but then it started raining and I had to go inside. And then also here is Swiss chard that I seeded out. And I found this kettle, so I'm going to see how I can put this kettle in my tea garden. So that is what I did yesterday here. And I wanted to actually plant out some more seeds. I wanted to do that with you all yesterday, but then, as I said, the rain started to come and I wasn't able to organize myself enough to show you this. But this is the end result, and this is what I'm doing. Because it is still cold, I'm going to zip this back up and wait till the sun comes out, and then I will unzip it. But what it does, though, it keeps in the moisture and allows the seedlings to stay moist and comfortable in this greenhouse. So I wanted to share that with you. So what I'm doing is filling up each of these containers, and I'm going to fill them with soil, with the composting mix, the organic choice, moisture control, potting mix, Miracle Grow, and I'm going to put them in here and then drop different seeds in. I'm going to first start with the dinosaur kale here and putting them into this, and then put the whole tray into my little makeshift greenhouse here. So let's get started here. So what I'm doing is just filling up the cup, going directly into the bag here, filling it up and popping it in. So that's the process. All right, so I think I'm going to just do these 4 here. Make sure that it's kind of broken up. Press it down a little bit. Move that out of the way. And it's good to reuse these little containers, planting containers, to recycle, reuse, versus throwing them away. And it's the same thing if you were going to buy them in the store, these starter seed kits and pots. So saving money is part of the process too of gardening. So these are the seeds here. I don't really have a whole lot, but it doesn't require a whole lot because 1 seed equals 1 plant, hopefully. So I'm going to just drop in a couple of seeds into each of the containers there. And as they get bigger or larger or germinate, then I'll transplant it. And this is kale. You can see the kale coming up here. So the other 2 seeds that I want to get started are the nasturtiums, and these are really great for container variety, Alaska. So I want to get started on just getting them germinated. It's 7 to 4 days for germination, and the depth, the spacing, the height, the days to bloom. The information is there. After all danger of frost, sow in open ground, well exposed cover. But I'm going to put it in the greenhouse and allow it to sprout there. I like this one because of the leaves, the variegated leaves. I think that is so beautiful. The nasturtium seeds are pretty big, and so it's easy to plant them in. So I'm going to put 3 of them into a pot. And they're really easy to grow. It's not that difficult to grow nasturtium. And I just need 3 more. Perfecto. So I'm just going to push them in and cover it up. Just press it in, cover it up. Press it in, cover it up. Press it in, cover it up. And because they're together like this, it's going to be nice and thick. I don't think I'm going to need to separate them. So I'm just going to put the nasturtium here and the kale there. And I have a few extra seeds here in this so that I can plant some more in other containers. Okay, so I'm going to water them in as gently as possible. That wasn't so gently, huh? And planting seeds are a great thing. The thing is, here in the Northeast, I'm in Zone 6, the Northeast region, that it does take a while for things to warm up and to be consistent for seeds starting. Even though the seeds that have been sowed natural, you know, the naturalization of the seeds in different plants, they are starting to open up and come up as well now. The seeds that I have, I want to make sure that they have a good chance of surviving, so I'm going to go through the process of potting up and protecting them and keeping them in a safe location until I'm able to put them in the garden. Yeah, so that's how I handle it. And I love a full garden, so I don't mind sowing seed and just putting it in different pockets where it's empty, where there is nothing growing, because I love my borders to be full. Yeah. So yesterday I also potted up my angel trumpet tree stems that I had. I had been keeping them by a windowsill. They grew roots, and so I potted them up here, and I put them in this location. It's kind of cold, but hopefully it won't damage them. I think they'll be just fine here. So that's another thing that I did. And what I want to show you here is that I was able to get wood chips yesterday. And my neighbor cut down her tree, and I also cut down one of my trees, or dropped the wood chips here in the garden. And they just lined this whole space here with the wood chips, and that is going to give me an opportunity to spread it throughout the garden. I got a nice pile there, and I'm really excited about this because that's what I'm going to use to line the pathways. Even where I'm stepping here, I want to create a pathway here so I can get in the back garden. But over here, I want to add the wood chips here. I was going to use this black mulch from Home Depot, but it has chemicals on it, and because this is my tea garden, it just worked out so well that the wood chips were available. So this is an idea of what I'm going to do. Just fill the pathway here with the wood chips, and that way it can protect, because this is black mulch, but it has the chemicals, so I don't want that. This is what I want. So, this stump here, it was up and they cut it down this far, and that's where we got the wood chips here from. So this area is going to be another project for this year. And we're working on the wall there, and I have some really great plants that I want to put here, and I'm thinking of maybe even adding a tree, maybe a crabapple tree or a fruit tree here in this area. So this is what it looks like right here, right now. And this is what I'm going to be working on. So it's been a very, very busy week. The other thing that I want to bring to your attention are the windows. We were able to install windows here to upgrade the house so that it can just beautify the garden, because you know my channel is Catherine's Garden and Home. So we invested in the windows. So the next thing is a paint job. We're going to give the house a paint job, and yeah, we're just doing things little by little. You just have to save and invest and think about what is most important to you, and some things you just have to deny yourself, and create a budget and decide, well, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? That's the lamia and the tulips. Yeah, so that's a quick sweep of the garden. Yep, so later on I'm going to work on those bushes. It is cold like ever out here, and the wind is truly blowing. So I'm going to go inside and put this together for you so that you'll have this. And then please be with me on either Saturday or Sunday I'm going to do a full tour because there are great things happening in the front garden as well, and more things will be up. The tulips will really be showing their heads and we don't want to miss it. Stay with me, stick with me here. It's cold outside, so I'm going back inside, and when it warms up again I'll have more to share with you here in Catherine's garden. And it's windy and cold, so I will see you next time right here in Catherine's garden. And remember our little jingle: grow, 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 grow together. We're gonna grow, 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 grow together here in Catherine's garden and home. We're gonna grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. We're gonna grow, grow, grow together here in Catherine's garden and home. Yes, have a great day. Love you. Bye.
For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's garden. Bye.